all over the world who could be watching it live on YouTube. And do you know what? I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert like these people that make rockets at NASA here. I'm just a dad. And there's a book here about dads like me. It's called My Dad's a Birdman. And that is an amazing story about a dad who wanted to fly. And he covered himself in feathers. And he tried to fly over the River Tyne in Newcastle. And do you know why he really did it? Because he knew he wasn't really a bird. He knew really he couldn't fly. But he wanted to inspire his little girl, his daughter. He wanted her to think that she could fly as high as she wanted to go in life. She could achieve her dreams. And that's what the Rocket Kid Club is all about. It's all about dads and mums and what we call creative carers. People who care about you. It could be a mum, it could be a dad, it could be an auntie, an uncle, it could be somebody who cares for you somewhere else. It could be the people if you're in school today, if you're a key worker, if you've got a parent who's a key worker, that means they care because their job might be in the NHS, their job might be in the police, their job might be on the bins, because those people care enough to work at times like this when it's very, very dangerous. And if you're in a school now, I'd like you to look around you, not at the walls, not at all the pictures, not at the piano if you've got a piano, but look at all those amazing teachers who are here today looking after you. Because they've got families and they'd probably like to be at home today really because their families need them as much as you, but they care about you and that's why they're there for you today, and they're what we call carers. So every Thursday we have a big clap and we clap for carers like that. People who care in the NHS, doctors, nurses, teachers, fire people, bin men, police, everybody who's still working hard and risking it. And all these people here at NASA, they're working hard because they want to make the world a better place. It's hot out here in Florida. They want to make the world a better place. And they're making rockets to go to the moon, to try and get to Mars, to find new ways of living and new ways of growing and new places to live. So they're aiming high. They're aiming as high as this dad in this book. And that's what we want you to do. Because the Rocket Kids Club is all about kids and their creative carers like you. And you, and you, and you dad, and you auntie, and you teacher, and you dinner lady, and you bin man, and you nurse, and you politician, and you Mr. Johnson, the Prime Minister. We know you care and we want you to work hard for us. Everybody please. So that's what today's all about, the Rocket Kids Club. For people who care about you so that you can aim high, but not just high, not this high. If you're watching this now, can you all reach as high as you can? Oh my goodness, I'm reaching as high as I can. Oh, and now reach higher. Oh, that wasn't so hard, was it? Reaching a little bit higher wasn't so hard. Gosh, well, that's what this is all about, trying as hard as you can and not being afraid of epic fails. Epic fails, not being afraid of failing, because failing, as long as you're safe and as long as you're trying to do something that's sensible and not silly and not dangerous, because flying across a river would be a bit silly, wouldn't it, if you didn't have proper wings and things and motors and people there to catch you and help you and boats to rescue you. That would be dangerous and very silly. You need to fly high, you need to try, and you need to aim higher than high. And that's what the Rocket Kid Club is going to be all about when we launch it properly on Friday. So today is a very special day because today is World Creativity Day. Creativity. I wonder what creativity is. What do you think it could be? Ask your friend or somebody sitting by you, a parent at home, a carer at home, or a parent or somebody at school there. Or if you're in school, ask the people sitting beside you. Ask them what they think creativity is. I'll give you 10 seconds. I'm going to have my breakfast, finish my breakfast. I'm going to finish my breakfast. I've got breakfast on the go here. It's called a power breakfast. A power space rocket engineer breakfast. It's called a banana on Earth, I think. So, 6 seconds left. Did you come up with any? Creativity. What do you think creativity is? Well, we'll get people Skyping in later on. We'll ask you if you want to answer questions like this at 2 o'clock when we come back. We're going to tell you the secret address of our Skype account. And Skype means you can call us and come up on the screen in video and tell us what you think, whether you're a parent, an artist, a creative, a technologist, a rocket scientist, or a carer, or whatever. And that hashtag, or that Skype account, is called Community Lock-In. Community Lock-In, all one word. And we'll put this up on our website later on, but that's the secret, so don't tell anybody else. Because what we're going to do now, in the next 10 or 15 minutes, is we're going to talk about creativity, and we're going to look at some creative things that you could do. And then at 2 o'clock, we're going to look on the internet and see what you have done. Using the hashtag Rocket Kids Club and hashtag World Creativity Day, we're going to look on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook for all the pictures you've done, of work you've done, and we're going to show them to everybody. And you could Skype in and tell us all about it if you want to, which would be fantastic. Oh my goodness, it's hot. Nobody told me it'd be this hot in Miami, in Florida. Gosh, Cape Canaveral's a hot place, and I don't know how they do it with all their overalls on. So, creativity. Well, lots of people have different thoughts about what creativity is, but one thing's for sure, it's very, very important. Creativity, some people say, is as important as literacy and reading. It's as important as being able to read. Because being able to read books like My Dad's a Birdman is very important. But reading is not enough. You need to be able to do something with the knowledge that you get from reading. And creativity is what we call a skill. It's a skill that lets you use the knowledge that you get from books and from learning at school and from watching videos on YouTube and going to the cinema and watching television and BBC Bite Size and the Oak Academy that was launched yesterday. All that knowledge is brilliant, but you need skills to do something with that knowledge. And creativity is one of those skills. In fact, creativity is what we call a 21st century skill, a critical skill. It's a skill that you are going to need when you grow up, not just to survive this world of technology and bioscience and all these cool things, not just to survive it, but to thrive in it. And that's why creativity is so important. Now, creativity is like a muscle, not one of these muscles. And if you don't use these muscles very much, and I haven't because I haven't been getting very much exercise these last few weeks, so I've been working quite hard, your muscles go like mine, all jelly. Can you see that's all like jelly there? Now your brain is a muscle. Who wants their brain to turn to jelly? Who wants their brain to fall out of their ear if they're not careful? Well, don't worry, it's not going to really, but all muscles, including your brain, have to be used. And if you don't use your creativity, if you don't use your brain, it's not very strong. It's not very exciting. It's not very imaginative. It's not very creative. And you won't be able to come up with new ideas. Because creativity is all about having new ideas. Once upon a time, somebody learned to make rockets. Proper rockets, like the one here you see at the back at Cape Canaveral in America, launched by NASA, North America Space Authority, I think it stands for. I don't think it does, I'm going to have to look that up again. That was a bit silly, wasn't it? Just guessing things randomly. If you can find out what NASA stands for, maybe you could share that on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, because I know it's not what we think it is. The people who made those rockets and these rockets started with blank pieces of paper. A blank sheet of paper. Just like that. And they turned a blank sheet of paper into a rocket. And these are the instructions for our paper rockets. So simply you can turn those instructions into a rocket, just like that. And that's called creativity, because you're making something. You're not just buying it off the internet, getting it from the shops, finding it in your cupboard and playing with it. You're making it. You are creating it. And we've got a hashtag in the whole country in Britain with the Arts Council, and it's hashtag Let's Create. Let's create is a very, very important thing to do. So hashtag Let's Create. So that's what creativity is. Creativity is making something that wasn't there before. Something that wasn't there before. So that rocket up there wasn't there before until they made it. This rocket wasn't here until I made it out of paper. And the other ingredients and secret things I used to make this rocket are the top thing. My top tip to you today is get some of this. That is masking tape. And the good thing about masking tape is that you don't need scissors. You can just rip it. You can just rip it. Don't pull it because it's a bit stretchy and it won't break. Just rip it like that. And there are 3 bits of tape for me to use later. Masking tape. Now if you've got an uncle or an auntie or a dad or a granddad or grandma or somebody or a friend who's a decorator, they get this at work. So see if they'll lend you some of that. Well, not lend because they're not going to get it back, are they? Maybe they'll get half of it back. If you know somebody who's an electrician, whoa. Electricians, what do? They're engineers really. They make things with electricity or make things work with electricity or mend things when they're not right or don't work. They put wires into rooms and put wires on things like rockets like that. They have something called insulation tape and that stops the electricity getting out. Now this is lovely tape to use for decorating rockets, but guess what this is made out of? This is made out of plastic. Now we don't want to fill the world with plastic and rubbish. We don't want to just waste this. So whenever we use this tape, we have to cut this with scissors. We only ever use little bits. And we never use tape once. We use it on things we're going to use time and time again. So my rocket, I'm going to keep my rocket for a long time. So I'm going to put a piece of yellow tape around the top there to make it look really cool. So that's what we call not single-use plastic, because single-use plastic is horrible things like plastic bottles that you throw away. Now this is a plastic bottle. I got some juice in one day because I was out and I had to buy a drink. But I kept the bottle and I fill it up and I use it when I'm at Cape Canaveral. I think it's Bob the Builder who used to say reduce the amount of waste materials you use, reduce the amount of plastic you use, reduce, reuse, use it again, and recycle. When you have finished with this bottle, when the top breaks or the bottle's got holes in it, put it in the recycling and it can be ground up and they can make another one. Reduce, reuse, recycle. So all the projects we do, we have to think very carefully about the environment, because one thing we're learning at the moment is how important it is to look after the world and Mother Nature. Because the coronavirus, in a way, is a bit like nature biting us back and saying, hey, you don't look after me properly. I want you to look after the world properly in the future, because that's how germs and viruses and diseases can spread if you're not careful. So one thing we have to learn is to look after the world and all the environment and the natural resources that the earth and nature give us. Where was I? Creativity. So today is World Creativity Day. And what we're going to do today is I want to give you a simple activity. I want you to unleash your creativity. I want you to do all sorts of creative things. But the main thing I want you to do is make something with a piece of paper that can fly. And it doesn't have to be a rocket. This is quite a hard rocket. We'll do these on Friday, I think. I'm not going to make a rocket today. What I want you to do today is to make a paper aeroplane. But not just any special paper airplane. I want it to be the best paper airplane you've ever made in your life. I want your paper airplane to go higher than high. I want you to aim higher than higher to make a rocket. And I don't want anybody to say, oh, I can't do that. I don't know how to make paper aeroplanes. Because if you're watching this, there's somebody who cares for you, near you now, who can help you. Somebody who could help you a little bit, but not do it. You mustn't say, oh, I can't do it. I don't know how to use scissors. Scissors are quite hard. I don't know how to cut. It's not cutting. Don't do that. Learn. And if you've got friends with you in school or brother or sister, ask them. And that's called collaboration. Working together. Collaboration. So be sure to try that. So to make an aeroplane, I've got lots and lots of rubbish on my desk here. Lots of rubbish, so I'm going to create a little bit of space. Would you like to see my desk? I've got a special desk set up here at Cape Canaveral, and if I press that button there, you might be able to see it. Let's have a look. Whoa, that's my desk. I've got lots of computer mice on my desk here at Cape Canaveral. I've got that book you just saw there, and I've got, what have we got over there? We've got some mice, we've got more mice. Look at all those mice we've got over there. I've got 3 computer mice there. I wonder why I've got 3 mice. Well, I've got 3 laptops over there. Can you see those laptops? Those are 3 laptops, and when you Skype in later on, your face will come up on there. I can then press a button on this Cape Canaveral style mixer desk, and I will be able to mix you up so you come up on a little window there. You can see there's a video there, and I'll be able to see you, so I can press the button and you'll come live. So for example, if I press button number 6 now and then slide this lever, watch what happens. Oops, nothing's happened. Why has nothing happened? There we go. Let's come back to that video we had earlier. And if I pull the lever back again, you'll see that I fade back to that. This is my own mission control pad. Do you like it? Do you like my mission control pad, do you? I think it's pretty cool, actually. I think it's really, really cool. I like niggling with my mixer control and sliding the lever like that and pulling it back. Fantastic. Okay, so what were we going to do? We were going to make a paper aeroplane, weren't we? So I've got some lovely coloured paper here. I'm very, very lucky because I have got lovely coloured paper with which to make a paper aeroplane. So let's have a look here. Move my tape out of the way. What colour shall I make my aeroplane with? I'm going to make it with green or yellow or red. Let's use, do you want to see something really cool? Look at this. You see this green paper? Look at this. This is really cool. That's the green piece of paper, isn't it? Does that look green to you? It's not green, is it? Do you know why? Because if it was green, you wouldn't be able to see it. I am just about to chop my head off. Oh my goodness. How do you think I do that? How do you think I manage to cut my head off? So here I am at NASA, and I can... Wow, this is too crazy, isn't it? I'm going to tell you about that on Friday. I'll have to tell you that secret, I think, on Friday. So let's make a paper airplane, not from green, because that wouldn't be very clever, would it? Let's make it from red. Okay, so don't worry about doing this now, because everybody knows how to make paper airplanes. And you know what? If you don't know, you can always look on the internet. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to press a special button here, and I'm going to make myself appear in the corner. Can you see me now? I'm lying on the grass now, it's nice and green. Okay, so there we go, piece of red paper. First thing I do is fold it in half like that. Now when you fold paper, it's really important that you get the corners really, really together, because we'll be doing some origami one day. And when we do origami, Chinese paper folding, oh my goodness. If you don't get it right to start, the next time, 10 folds later, it all goes wonky, it doesn't work. So start practicing now to be really, really precise. Get that corner and do really, really good creases like that. Now, we want to make the next bit. So we fold that down like that. You see that? So that's folded into that corner there, so that is right against that fold there. That's the important place, to get that folded down and into that corner. We're going to fold this one like this. So there we go. So we folded that like so. Now we have to fold it in half. Oh, you just get that feeling when it's just right, don't you? You get that feeling when it's just right. Let's zoom in a little bit, shall we? Okay, maybe not. Chop my head off. So, now, next thing to do is to fold that down there, like that, and that down there like that, and I have made a paper aeroplane. So there is my paper aeroplane. It's not a very good one, so we could fold it. Now what I'm trying to do here is to show you that we can just keep changing it as much as we want. We can change it as much as we want to. And now I've made the body a little bit smaller. I could fold that bit there at the back so it folds in, and I'm going to be creative because it doesn't matter how creative I am, because this is how we learn. We learn by trying different things and seeing what works. And now look, I've got a really cool back. Can you see that back there? And I'm going to put some wingtips on there. So I'm going to fold that down like that. And if there are any paper airplane experts out there who can remember, realise where I went wrong, but I'm pretending nothing happened, it doesn't really matter. Look at that. Can you see? I've got little wingtips on it now. Let's hold it with that hand. Can you see I've got wingtips on there? You see there's wingtips here and here. And when I throw it, whoa. That is my first paper aeroplane for lots and lots of years. Now, today I want to see if you can make the best, but not the best in the world, the best that you have ever made. You could roll bits of paper up, it could be an aeroplane, you could try and make a helicopter, you could try and make something, it may not fly, but it doesn't matter, as long as you use your creativity. Now, if you want to make the best paper aeroplane in the world, the fastest, the best, do you know what's different to now when you're a boy or a girl and when I was a little boy and a little girl? The difference now is that you can go on the internet and YouTube and search and Google and find how to make the best aeroplane. And that's what I did last night, because that I read on the internet is the best paper aeroplane in the world. You could Google that and try and make that. You could Google different ones and try different ones, or you could just make the one we've had. So let's see how that goes. Whoa! Oh, sorry. I'm not supposed to throw airplanes at Cape Canaveral. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I got a bit carried away there. Sorry about that. So, what I want you to do today is to get one sheet of paper. It could be scrap paper, it could be out of a comic, it could be from a printer, it could be any sort. I don't want fancy stuff, and do you know what? The coolest ones are going to look the most creative because you took a page out of a magazine. Don't rip pages out of books. Any paper will do. You could colour it, you could draw on it, maybe put some stickers on it. You might not want to make an aeroplane, you might want to do some drawing, and here's some inspiration for that. My favourite artist in the whole wide world is the man who did this, Keith Haring. Keith Haring was a fantastic graffiti artist, and this is all his art. And if you look in here, you'll see he's done lots of really cool animals. My dog is one of the favourites there. He's got some super dogs on there. Let's have a look. Oh, look at that. That's a bit of a poorly bear. It looks like the Gruffalo, not very well today. Blimey. And that little girl's got lots of eyes. Now that's creative. That's what I call creative. So you could do some drawings like that and put them on the internet. Oh, look at this man. I love this one. Look. He's been watching too much television. That's what happens when you watch too much television and too much YouTube. You turn into a television. And over there, that man's, oh, look at that. That's a dog with lots of legs. It's like a dog and a millipede all combined together. And that's what creativity is all about. Keith Haring, the artist, the graffiti artist, sadly he's died since he did his artwork and he's no longer around. But he was a little boy like you, or a little girl like you. He was a little boy, and his mum and dad gave him some paper and pencils. And do you know what he did? He drew, and he drew, and he drew, and kept drawing. Like the boy who wrote this book, or the man he is now, who wrote this book. This is another book about a boy who drew and drew and drew. And that's The Little Inventor's Handbook by Dominic Wilcox, who's an amazing inventor. And in this book, he does all sorts of wacky inventions. So here are some of the things in here. So crazy, crazy inventions. And this is what creativity is all about. And if you were to go onto his website and do some inventions, Little Inventors, go to the Little Inventors website, he will look at them and he might, oh, there's some ideas about helping others. Look, that's a fantastic section. That's a chapter of inventions all about helping others. Dominic Wilcox is a very, 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 very creative man, and he's even left spaces in there for you to draw, and his book is absolutely fantastic. So I can't recommend Little Inventors to you enough. A wonderful, wonderful book. And if you haven't got that at home and you can't get it because they're quite expensive, some of these books, this one I think is £9.99, so nearly 10 whole pounds. Maybe your school could get it and you could look at it at school. I bet your library could get it. So that's Little Inventor's Handbook from Dominic Wilcox. So today I want you to make paper aeroplanes. I want you to put the pictures on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook as hashtag Rocket Kids Club, hashtag World Creativity Day. And I also want you to go to the I Love Art website and download this piece of paper. It's the I Love Art template, and somebody's already downloaded it and drawn in the middle here the I Love Art heart. Because I love art. And what we'll do is we'll print those off and let me just show you some of those. Actually, I'll show you how that works. Let me cut to that. I'm just going to put that up there for a moment because I want to show you the amazing I Love Art. This just shows you that we are making it up as we go along, but it doesn't matter. Wait 1 second. Right, everything's here somewhere. Oh, I keep clicking my mouse with my wrist. That's no good, is it? Let's have a look here. Okay, here we go. So What's Your Art is a campaign that we've done with an amazing, amazing artist from France called JD, and I'll tell you about this in more detail another day. But for now, I just want to show you his art. So this is JD and his art. So JD is a French artist.
Distinguished guests, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen.
Art is what we call it when someone does something that might connect us to someone else.
I wish for you to stand up for what you care about. By participating in a global art project, and together we turn the world inside out. And this starts right now. Yes, everyone in the room. Take the photo, the portraits, upload it, and I'll send you back your poster. Join by groups and reveal things to the world. So I hope that together we'll create something that the world will remember. And this starts right now and depends on you. Thank you.
Like that, so that's JD, JR, the French street artist. And Steamco, the organisation that's doing this today, has got an A in the middle for art. And what we want you to do is design I Love Art logos using this template. So you take the template off the website, go to the Steamco website and go to the I Love Art section or search for hashtag I Love Art. We'll put it on the Rocket Kids page on the website today as well. Download this template, fold it in half like that, and get yourself some pencils and pens. I'll get some in my special cupboard here, my little drawer. And all you need to do is draw. I'm going to do this really quickly like this. I'm going to put some pink in there like that. And that's not good. That's not good, is it? Where's that gone? Okay, that's what I wanted. Oh, it's quite hard pressing all these buttons. There we go. Gosh, had a bit of a button panic there. So, download the template, draw a heart, and what you can then do is take a selfie of you holding it like this, and that lady there, over there is Susan Coles. She's from Newcastle. She's a fantastic artist. Do check her out. That's Malumba, our artist in resident, Dr. Spin. A little girl from around the corner here, and lots of people here all over the country who've done these. Here we go. It's quite hard pointing backwards like that. And all these people. So take the selfie, send it to us, hashtag I Love Art, hashtag Rocket Kids Club, hashtag World Creativity Day, gosh, lots of hashtags, and we will print 3 of them as t-shirts and send them in the post to you to wear on Friday for the launch of the Rocket Kids Club. We might even get some of them printed up as posters and stuck on walls like this. That's what this is all about. This is all about creativity and inspiring you to be creative, to make things that weren't there before, to use your imagination, to use that muscle, and to make the world a better place, to make some money, and maybe make some friends, because that's what art can do. If you're creative and if you find your art, whether it's rockets or drawing or cooking or coding or painting or photography or fashion or football or even robots, this afternoon I'm going to show you JD the robot, and we'll make him move and wave and do cool things. So we'll have a look at robots. That could be your art. So today is about you and your creativity. So I'm going to finish now, and I want you all to go and be creative with anything you want, with the paper to draw one of these, to make an aeroplane like I've flown away. On Thursday, we're going to make things with toilet roll holders, just like that. We're going to do Art of Loo Rolls Day on Thursday. That's official hashtag Art of Loo Rolls Day. And tomorrow is World Box Day. Can you believe that? World Box Day tomorrow. So don't do any boxes or loo rolls today. Let's not peak too early. So thank you very, very much for checking out the first Rocket Kids show. I'm going to play you a little film of what happened one day in Yorkshire at a school, and I think they might be listening today. So if you're all listening today, Academy St James up there in Bradford, this next film is for you, to thank you for what we did with you last summer and what we might do with you this summer, because we've got a whole summer of activities planned. We're trying to get some funding. We've applied for a grant from the Arts Council. We want to come to you, and I'll tell you more about that later on. If you've been listening in Birmingham at Furs Primary, if you've been listening from Parklands Primary up there in Leeds, if you've been listening on the Isle of Wight, if you've been listening anywhere in the world, tell us, share your art. Hashtag Rocket Kids Club. Hashtag I love art. Hashtag World Creativity Day. Thank you very much. I'll see you back here at 2 o'clock.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. I have a dream. I have a dream today.
Doing a hashtag Rocket Kids Club for all these kids to have a safe place to go and share and create with their creative carers. I'm going to share what Action Jackson hopefully would have done if he'd been on.
Everybody say dream big. Dream big. Act now. Act now. Never give up. Never give up.
Let's just do some book stuff, shall we? This is the book that everybody really needs to be reading at the moment. Good Ideas, How to Be Your and Your Child's Best Teacher. What does collaboration mean to you?
For me, collaboration is everything. I believe that
art is what we call it when what we do connects us. So your art could be painting, your art could be photography, your art could be dancing, the art of design, graphic design, DJing. I must admit, your art could be fashion. Your art, as many children are when I say this, could be football. The kids put their hand. Your art could be baking or cooking. The big bake-offs when the most connects. Your art could be coding, developing games. There are lots of jobs in the creative industries, and that's what this is all about. Your art could be rockets. You could say my art's rockets, paper rockets like this, because your art could be rockets like this, Stevenson's rocket. And that's a BBC microbit. a £12 computer. You can learn to code one of those without even having a microbit, and we're going to show you how to do that, and we're going to teach you how to code JD. I have got on the line an amazing man called David Gilday. Are you with us?
So there are kind of two stages to solving this.
Go for it. No epic fails here.
Indeed. So this one is very similar to the robot you've seen before, but because it can see it reflected back from the cube, it can detect that, pass the information to the software.
So Rowan is obsessed with anything to do with wires or motors or anything that he can. The other day he wanted to make a crane, so we made a crane out of bits of wood and rope and stuff that we found in the garden and in his dad's shed. Ooh, I smell
Wow.
that and do it.
I'm going to share what Action Jackson you would have done if you did.
Everybody say, dream big. Act now. Act now. Never give up. Never give up.
Let's just do some book stuff, shall we? This is the book that everybody really needs to be reading at the moment.
We've had an amazing day today at Bridge Mary School. We've been doing our Aspire STEAM Fair, launching our new ethos in school about aspirations and about people's future, making sure our young people have the best futures possible.
Art is what we call it when someone does something that might connect us to someone else.
They've had a range of different events available to them, from higher education to STEM ambassadors, the Royal Navy, BAE Systems. We've got digital artists in as well. Our students are involved in launching rockets today, getting involved, speaking to strangers, learning about things they maybe didn't know about. They're on the South Coast and working with other people. Our Year 7s are really lucky. They have STEAM on their curriculum. 3 lessons a fortnight they have, promoting the arts and STEM. That creative thinking, applying that knowledge and understanding of STEM theory to create outcomes. Through creative thinking, thinking outside the box, and applying all that knowledge and understanding they gain within their curriculum. Our students have had a great day with STEAMco here as well, launching their rockets, learning about how to participate, working with other students in different year groups. It's been a great day where art has been at the centre of our heart and the love that we have for the arts of Bridge Mary School.
By participating in a global art project, and together we turn the world inside out. And this starts right now. Yes, everyone in the room. Take the photo, the portraits, upload it, and I'll send you back your poster. Join by groups and reveal things to the world. So I hope that together we'll create something that the world will remember. And this starts right now and depends on you. Thank you.
From 5,000 head teachers, 9 out of 10 of them, because of funding pressures, had cut 1 or more creative arts subject in the past 2 years.
The children were enthralled, engaged and challenged And it all comes from the fact that Chris believes that they can achieve. It's that belief which he keeps instilling them.
I was absolutely floored. I know that these kids can do anything, but it still brought a tear to my eye. It really, really, really did.
Absolutely brilliant. I'm very proud of the school.
I thought that were absolutely excellent. The best performance I've ever seen. Lovely, crystal clear. We loved it. It was fantastic.
It's brought out of them things they never knew were there.
Never experienced anything like it. And it brings tears to your eyes.
Absolutely brilliant to remember all those lines. Marvellous. I've right enjoyed it.
Has it brought so much pleasure to these children?
These eyes said, I've never been pictured or anything before.
You can only think what an incredible man he really is.
Yeah. Commitment, and those kids were so happy, weren't they?
Happy. Breathtaking, weren't it, you know? Just show a bit of dream, bit of ambition, you know, bit of love, enthusiasm. You can achieve absolutely anything that you want to achieve. Knocked it out of the park. Bozers. So an absolute wowzers of a morning, you know, Throne Day Friday, assembly, and then innovation, technology, and dreams rocketing up to the sky.
Look at the night, and it don't seem so long.
So an absolute wowzers of a morning, you know, Throne Day Friday, assembly, and then innovation, technology, and dreams rocketing up to the sky.
Look at the night, and it don't seem so long. Look at the night, and it don't seem so long.
Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up.
Where is everybody? My God, Chris Tofu said get down to Lulworth Castle down in Dorset, bring your decks, 3 boxes of records, a couple of turntables because he hasn't got any vinyl deck. Nobody around. Said drop a few tunes between the bands at Caravanserai like you did last summer. So here I am, nobody around. Where is everybody? Let's have a look at the phone. You are kidding me. I thought the Camp Bestial Sleepover was at Lulworth Castle. It's only on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and everywhere else but Lulworth Castle. I've got the gear, I'm going to set up, we'll do a jam later on. Disco Dads, Caravanserai Art Takeover. See you there later on, probably about 10 o'clock after the fireworks. See you later on. Let's give old Chris Tofu a ring, see if he'll join us. And see if he'll drop a few remix tunes.
blesses each and every one of y'all. He sends me a message from heaven. He sends me a message that he wants you to rise up. 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 Oh my God. He can be running first.
If you love it, holla at me one time. Holla at me if you want the wickedest wine. I know it's been a while, but baby, never mind. Cause tonight, me, I give you the whole nine, yo. Satisfaction, a every girl dream. Me love to put it on, make them wriggle and scream. Me get a call from sexy Maxine. She leave a message from me inside machine. She said, Beanie, that's your chick.
People you don't know, me and Timberland been hot since 20 years ago. What the dealio? Now what the drillio? If you wanna battle me, then let me know. Got the feeling, son. Let me throw you some. People, here I come. That's what me when I'm done. We got the radio shook like we got it.
Lifted me higher than I've ever been lifted before. So keep it up with my desire, and I'll be at your side forevermore.
So here we are at Bude Carnival, and I've just come across an absolute legend here. Only Margaret from the caravan up there at Northcote. Margaret, what were you doing? You've got your brass or your gold. What are you up to?
I'm the president of the carnival. I'm very proud. We've just come finished carnival. We have had the best carnival ever. And it's been a brilliant day. And now I'm at the Brenda with this lovely van.
Yeah.
And
I've come all the way from London, and I'm at Notting Hill Carnival next weekend, and we're here at Bude Carnival this weekend. So why don't you come up to Notting Hill Carnival for an ease up with us next week? Do you fancy that, or have you got a tea shop to run?
I think I got a tea shop to run. I will else.
Go and get yourself a sherry, Margaret. Lovely.
Take care. Bye now.
Wow, utter legend there, Margaret. Margaret's tea shop from Northcote Beach. Very, very special moment there from the summer. Just want to chip in there, actually. This is all about creativity. It's all about art, the combination of creativity, technology and people. And all last year we ran a thing called the hashtag ArtConnects19 Festival, literally popping up everywhere. We did events, we did conferences, we did a Parliament launch event, we had parties. And that was an example of me just rocking up in Cornwall at literally an hour before a carnival in that small town there, Bude on the north coast of Cornwall. And I saw a local chap had a tractor, and he put that signage on the back of his tractor and literally allowed us to be part of that carnival with him. We did a pop-up, just walked into the pub and said, can we do a pop-up in your beer garden? And the landlady at the Brendan Arms Bude said, yes, sure. And then we met the most amazing lady, that wonderful, wonderful lady there. So I can pull her back up. Margaret, who was a local legend, an absolute local legend there down in Bude. A very, very generous woman. She ran a tea caravan literally on a beach on Northcote Beach, just up the coast. She was the heart of that community. She was the president of the Bude Carnival. She kept the community together. She made teas, she made cream tea. She warmed the hearts of tourists and locals from all over that came to that caravan. And sadly, Margaret passed away this summer. And in a way, she missed the horrors that are going on across the country at the moment. So that film is dedicated to Margaret. It's dedicated to all our friends down there in Cornwall. And I hope you stay safe and stay strong. We're here in the community lock-in. It's a studio setup we've set up with the support of a great organisation called LGFL, because I was supposed to be doing a keynote conference for them this Thursday actually, and that was cancelled due to the virus. But the CEO there, John Jackson, has bought into an idea and given us the support and trust and sponsorship to enable us to deliver the hashtag community lock-in. And that's a video studio we've got set up here so that I can talk and interface and connect with people like here. You've got Rachel Snape on the left there, who's a head teacher in Cambridge, and you've got Ed Finch, who's a fantastic teacher in Oxford. He runs something called BrewEd, which is a grassroots teacher-led movement for CPD for teachers on Saturday afternoons, literally in pubs. And it's not all about beer, although drinking does help a little bit from what I've seen. But a classic example of art connecting. Because using the platform here, using the technology that we've got here in our studio, we were able to connect and show and share exactly what we've got in this setup here for everybody to use. I'm getting a bit confused here, something a bit weird's going on, but not to worry. So we're doing Art Connect shows, creativity in schools, work and lives, more of an adult focused event. We're doing the hashtag Rocket Kids Club, which is what we're doing today, tomorrow and Friday, 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock every day, setting a creative challenge and then responding to it at 2 o'clock. Friday we're doing 2 hours, 4 till 6. Might do something in the morning as well, yeah, never know. And we are connecting our kids with their communities, we're connecting our parents and teachers and creative carers with their kids and with their schools. Friday we're launching an online platform, a Facebook for families if you like, where kids and creative carers log in together for safety, for safeguarding, to work and collaborate together, to be inspired, to create and to share. In May we're doing a whole month takeover, so we're taking a Steamco drop truck all over the country for real or virtually, we don't know yet. Probably virtually, but it doesn't matter. We're doing a Parliament launch on the 1st of May, 9th to 16th we're doing a UK tour, and then the weekend, 21st to 31st, we're doing a creativity festival with our friends from BrewEd. And what you and we're doing Saturday night dances as well. So I've even got a mirror ball, believe it or not, for parties on a Saturday night. We had our first Saturday night fever. That's the kind of fever you do want. We had our first Saturday night fever event on Saturday with Graham Andre down there in the Isle of Wight, and we're going to get guest DJs, hopefully get Mark Anderson and a whole load of really cool DJs as well, like him and others that we've connected through, hopefully via DJ Magazine, who we've been chatting to as well. So it's going to be crazy. It's going to be creative. Hashtag community lock-in. Hashtag Art Connect show. Hashtag Rocket Kids Club. Hashtag UK Art Takeover. Hashtag co-conferences. Because if you want to use this setup, if you want an event, a conference as cool as what you see on the screen here, apart from me, because you could be here, because you could be on the screen from home. If you want this set up for your conference, get in touch, because as well as doing conferences for LGFL, we're here to do conferences for everybody. I want to show you the very special thing that happened on this platform 2 weeks ago with Rachel and Ed. 3-day weekend we've just announced with BrewEd, Steamco BrewEd, and anybody else who wants to be part of it. We're going to do a whole 3-day virtual festival of creativity for teachers and families together, not a teacher thing, not a family thing, but people working together.
So I had a little look, and I thought I'd do your song, Elton John. It's a lovely song. I'm playing it on the ukulele for you, ladies and gentlemen, now. Here we go. It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside, but I'm not one of those who can easily hide. I don't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. That's what you get from me.
That was incredible. We did a bit of a vision mix on that. Thank you so much, Ed. That was very, very special.
Where it began, I can't begin to know it, but then I know it's growing strong. Sweet Caroline, ba ba ba, good times never seem so good.
Wow.
There we go.
That was just incredible, Rachel. Thank you so much. Absolutely,
That's great,
absolutely
Tim.
lovely.
So that is the sort of thing that we're able to deliver using our community lockdown kit here, and the sort of system that we can demonstrate here, and the sort of thing that we can show. Why haven't I got any audio? That's not good. Let's look for my audio. 1, 2.
Creativity, and we want to collaborate and work with you and your education systems and your countries and your communities and your schools to spread the power of creativity.